Hey everybody, in Algebra, this is Mr. Osborne. We are going to go over converting different types of measurements. So if you look here in this first problem, we're going to be converting a bigger measurement to a smaller measurement from feet to inches. So that means we're going to go from big to small. Now you guys should be following along in your packets, so make sure your packet's open so you can follow along and do what I'm doing. Make sure you have a blue and a pink highlighter to go through these problems together. Okay? So the key thing is that if I'm going from a big to a small measurement, like this, from feet to inches, I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to multiply. I don't like the way that looks. Let's do a different color. And we'll do this blue. Multiply. So if we're going from a big measurement to a small measurement, we're going to multiply. Okay? Now take out your blue highlighter. And let's use the thin one. And we need to know how many inches are in 1 foot. Well, in order to do that, if you don't know, you can always go back, flip back a couple pages, and find this sheet right here. And if you guys look right there, hey look, it tells you there are 12 inches in 1 foot. And then the next one says there's 3 feet and 1 yard. And if you go back to the next page before that, it also tells you some more information. It tells you the same thing right there. Okay? So make sure we use those charts to help you answer these problems. Okay? So let's go back to our other page. Okay? So I know there's 12 inches in 1 foot, so I'm going to multiply it times 12 inches. 1 foot times 12 inches. Let me zoom up a little bit. I can't. And 1 times 12 is, guess what? 12. That was super hard, right? Okay, so let's do the next one. So I know that I'm converting from feet to inches, so I'm going from big to small, so that means I'm going to multiply. So it's going to be 2 feet times, again, 12 inches. Okay, and then 2 feet times 12 is 24. Okay, so I'm going to leave this next one open. I want you guys to work on that one yourself. Remember, we're going from feet to inches, so you need to multiply times how many inches are in 1 foot, and that'll be your answer there. Okay, so let's go down to the next one. So if you want, pause this video and work on that problem. Okay, so now we're back. We're going to be doing a different conversion this time, because we're going to go from yards to feet. So I don't really know how many feet are in 1 yard, so I'm going to go back to that other page. And look, there it is again, just like I showed you before. 3 feet in 1 yard. So let's head back to the other page. So I'm going to multiply this times, if you didn't already guess it, 3 feet. And then 1 yard times 3 feet is just 3 feet. Now the next one is going to require an extra step here. So pay attention. So I need to convert from a yard to inches? Well, I'm going to go one step at a time. I know the next measurement down is 3 feet. Or I'm sorry, is feet. So I'm going to multiply that times 3 feet. And then I need to go from feet to inches. So I'm going from yards to feet, and then feet to inches. And there's 12 inches in 3 feet. So now I just have to multiply all that out to find out how many inches are in 1 yard. So I'm going to go ahead and do that over here. You guys will have more room on your paper. I don't have much room on here. So it's 1 times 3 times 12. And that's 36 inches. So, boom, there's your answer, 36. Okay? Let's go ahead and do the next one. Now this one, we're only going from yards to feet. So from yards to feet, I know that there's 3 feet in 1 yard. So I have to multiply it times 3 feet. So it's just simply 5 times 3, which is 15 feet. Done. Okay? So now I want you guys to work on this one on your own and this one on your own. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and go ahead and work on that. Okay, bring it back. So let's go to this next one here. This one is 1.8 yards to inches. Well, guess what? It's the same thing. It just has decimals. So don't be afraid. Decimals are not our enemy. They're our friend. Alright? So we're going from yards to inches here. So we're going to multiply times feet first, because we're going to go from yards to feet to inches. So yards times 3 feet in 1 yard times 12 inches in 1 foot. So now all I have to do is multiply it. 1.8 times 3 feet times 12. And you can totally use a calculator, guys. So use the calculators. They're in the back of the classroom near where you got your journals from. Let me pull up my calculator here. So the calculation was 1.8 times 3 times 12. And that gives me 64 64.8 inches. Okay? Oops. Let the calculator go away. Okay. So, I'm going to let you guys work on that one on your own, that one on your own, and you guys can do that one. Actually, I'm going to work on this one with you guys because this is different, this one here. Because if you notice, we've been going from big to small. This problem over here is a little different. This is going from small to big. Now if I multiplied when I went from big to small, what do you think I'm going to do if I go from small to big? If you didn't already guess it, that's right. We're going to divide. So I'm just going to do my little divide sign. And we're going to do it in pink. And you're basically going to do the same thing but backwards. So I know that in in yards, there's 3 feet. So now this time I'm going to divide by 3 feet. Divided by 3 feet, so 15 divided by 3 is 5 yards. Boom. Okay? Actually, this one is just like this one here. So go ahead and work on this one. Go ahead and pause the video. Work on that one yourself. Alright, let's come back to this one now. So this next one here, we're going from inches to centimeters. Inches to centimeters. Is an inch bigger than a centimeter, or is a centimeter bigger than an inch? Well, look at your ruler on your desk. Well, obviously, so an inch is bigger than a centimeter. So we're going from big to small. So I know that I'm going to multiply. Okay. So, but the thing is, I don't know how many centimeters are in an inch. Where can I find that information? Oh yeah, that's right. I can go back to my chart over here on the first page, and let's see. I'm going from standard to metric, so right here. Oops. Look at that. 2.4 centimeters in 1 inch. 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. Okay, so let's go back. So, I am going to multiply times 2.54 centimeters. You can go ahead and, if you want, get your calculator out. Oops, sorry. Oh, hold on. Just give me a second. Let me get the screen back here. There we go. Okay, so we can do 3 times 2.54. And if this stuff is pretty easy for you, then why don't you just go ahead and keep going and finish it up. But if you need more help, just keep watching the video. Okay, so this is actually going to be 7.62 centimeters. Okay. So now we have an idea of how to do these. These next ones are going to be very similar. If you're going from, now I'm not going to work these problems out, but I'll point out what's going on. This one, we're going from miles to inches, so that's going to be big to small. Hours to seconds, that's also big to small. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to, not even going to write that. I'm just going to say that we're going to multiply. We're going from hours to seconds, so you figure that out. If we're going from hours to seconds, are we going big to small or small to big? Feet to centimeters. That's going from big to small, right? Now here's the tricky one with this, because we're going from 2 different types of measurements. Because we're going to have to, we know that, going back to this problem, that there's 2.5 centimeters in 1 inch. So we're going to have to do 2 conversions here. Now, I know that there's 12 inches in a foot, so I'm going to multiply this times 12 inches. And then I have to multiply it times 2.54 centimeters to convert it to centimeters. Because I know that in 1 foot, there's 12 inches. And then in 1 inch, there's 2.5 centimeters. So we have my calculator again. 9 times 12 times 2.54. And you know what? You can do the rest. I won't even finish that one. So you guys finish the rest of that. And ask your group if you have any more questions. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow.